is uncertain and security is an illusion. So, in today's world, we are inundated with anxiety and uncertainty. And this is what most people struggle with because no one knows what the future is going to be like. It's a big mystery and it's changing so fast that no one can even predict 5 or 10 years in the future. And in one sense, it's empowering because we're developing new ideas and technology and driving progress forward to solve our problems created by progress. And it's great that we have this push to solve problems rather than this inertia of let's do nothing and hope God saves us from ourselves. We can solve these problems. And in the ancient times, thousands of years ago, it wasn't so much uncertainty and anxiety that really governed our lives, but fear itself. Like our lives you're constantly under threat back then. And, people lived in this I think a state of peace most of the time, but when they had problems, it was real fear, like being chased by a tiger or a famine or a volcano erupting, destroying their village. And today we have very little of those legitimate fears. Like we're told to be scared of terrorism, but more Americans are dying of peanut allergies every year than terrorism. We're told to be scared of all these things that, maybe 1 in a million, we might die, but they're not really clear and present dangers to our life, like being chased by a wild animal is, today or in the past. But we exist in a state of anxiety because we have a future that's uncertain. And it's really always been uncertain. And, there's all these diffuse possibilities that, could overwhelm us or destroy us. But they probably won't. And our rational minds, left unchecked, will almost always come up with the worst case scenario. And you meet people all the time and talk about worst case scenarios. I met a guy recently here in Vancouver who was talking about how he doesn't go out in the rain because of radiation from Fukushima. The invisible killer, the sum of all fears, this invisible thing that's going to kill us all, right? And I was like, you're ridiculous. Like this is a guy selling organic hemp seeds as protein. He seems like a pretty thoughtful, intelligent person. And he's saying he doesn't go out in the rain in Vancouver, which is a rainforest. So it's like raining a lot. So he's probably not going out a lot. He's probably in this house all the time. And that can't be very healthy. And if you look at Geiger counters and reading of radiation, there's no problem. It's a problem people make up in their minds, and it's catalyzed in these filter bubbles on the internet where people, are just all their anxieties together, and then a couple trolls thrown in to kind of, throw gasoline on the flames, and everyone's like, we're all gonna die, Fukushima, GMOs, Russia and America are gonna go head to head in a nuclear war, all this stuff that's not gonna happen, but everyone doesn't know, I can't say for sure it's not gonna happen because I don't know. I can't predict the future, but we come up with these worst case scenarios that never really materialize, and we push on. And I think in today's world, if people want to live peaceful and really enjoy the abundance that we have today, like we live in the greatest times ever for quality of life and standard of living, and we should enjoy it, and we should try to use our resources to help other people enjoy this too, and people that consume less but enjoy their time more, because we actually have the possibility for a leisure society where people are relaxed and sharing their moments with their friends and family instead of just with their coworkers working for the man, So today what we need is to be able to observe our minds, to be able to observe our reaction to fear and our reaction to anxiety and our reaction to uncertainty. And the only way to solve this problem is in our own minds, to observe ourselves. No one can solve it for us. It's something we got to observe ourselves. And I think it's really important that we all walk down this path of meditation, of being able to be self-aware of how our own thoughts control us and lead us astray and lead us to live in a state of anxiety when it's completely unnecessary. Sometimes fear and anxiety and uncertainty, it's good, but to live in constant fight or flight state of stress, like a lot of us modern people live, it's not healthy. And through meditation, we can start to observe that process and quiet that stream and detach ourselves from our fears and things that are not real. And when we can do that, we can do so much more in our life, because everything in life that's valuable involves risk. And how you deal with risk is the most important thing in life. And it's not a set thing at our birth. We can change how we deal with risk, how we deal with uncertainty, basically the same thing. And when we do that by being mindful of our own minds, our own thoughts. And then we can take bigger risks, and we can manage this self-criticism, self-consciousness, and self-talk that might, make us less resilient and less able to do as we really want to do. Okay, thank you for watching.